All right, a trade went down in our Delta follower league.
Oh boy.
And we're going to break it down with you guys. Of course, we're going to look at this trade without context first, and then we're going to include the context.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, who's in these leagues with us. We appreciate you guys. It means more than you know. Specifically today, we're going to be looking at the Delta League. And big shout out to my Balzac Ertz and Scary Hours. Found out this weekend, by the way, while I was playing the new Call of Duty campaign. So, I don't know, it's like a little cool moment. I'm probably like one of those people who's like, hey, like, dude, Call of Duty is nowhere near real life, okay? So can you just calm down? Anyway, found out that my Balzac Ertz is actually a Marine. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Shout out to him. Thank you for your service, brother. And
thank you for your service, brother.
I couldn't imagine being a Marine, man. That's
no
just
way.
scary.
Yeah, that's just like.
Hey, shout out to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you do. All right, we're gonna look at this trade. My Balzac gets DeAndre Hopkins, Deonta Foreman, and a 2025 first-round pick. Scary Hours gets DK Metcalf and a 2025 third-round pick. Let me ask you, where do you stand on this trade without context first?
Without context, this is interesting because I actually don't know what to do here. Off the rip, give me the 25 mid first and maybe Hopkins. Hopkins, because Foreman is not the guy. Because, you got a 25 first in 2025.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins is 35 years old. That means he's going to be 35 by the time that happens. He's probably not even going to be in the NFL by the time that happens. And DK Metcalf in 2025 will be 28 years old.
Right.
I think I'm just going based off of the first tier, to be completely honest. Because a 25 third right now, unless something drastic changes in rookie drafts where the third round just becomes more valuable somehow, give me the 25 first for the future. Right now, maybe in short term, maybe the next 2 years, DK looks really nice. But so does Hopkins. I think Hopkins probably has another 2 years in him potentially, and then that's about it. But give me Balzac Ertz side right now.
Yeah, this is a this is a close one. I think that we've seen DK, really establish himself again this year. I was a big, advocate for DK in the offseason. A lot of people worried about him in Dynasty, like understandably so. You lose Russell Wilson. Who knew that was a blessing in disguise, right?
Yeah.
You lose Russell Wilson. Geno Smith is in, and he's looked great with Geno Smith. Like, he truly has looked great with Geno Smith. The problem now is that DK Metcalf, we don't know what the status is with his injury. So what time will he be back this year? We're not sure. But then again, like next year, he's still only going to be 25 years old to be a young wide receiver in his prime who has a long-term deal. So I don't think we can undervalue DK. My problem is I don't really care about Deonta Foreman or the third-round pick. So if I take those out of the trade, what I'm really looking at is I'm looking at DK Metcalf and DeAndre Hopkins are a first. And that's really close. But if I'm wanting to win now, I am taking the D-Hop side. If I'm wanting to rebuild for the future, I'm probably taking the DK side. So I think the context is really going to give me the answer to this trade. But as of right now, I'm with you as well. I lean towards the D-Hop in the 25 first.
Yeah.
First side of this trade. But again, I think context is going to be very, very important.
Yeah.
And of course, my Balzac Ertz and Scary Hours, if we're missing any context that you want us to include, of course, comment down below and let us know. But you were going to say something?
No, I completely agree. It's just very interesting of the thought process of trading a 25 first. Like who's coming in that time? Is that
That's not Arch.
It's not Archie?
That's not Arch. No,
I don't think we
Arch
have
is
like
26.
context of that class, do we, at the moment?
Well, we don't know. I can tell you two classes out. I don't have my finger completely on the 25 class.
Yeah, I feel you. Me either. So that's why I find.
But I'm sure it's going to be good. I mean, the talent never stops. It's always coming in.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't devalue the first for sure. Just
and that's what I don't want to do. I'm not devaluing the first, and I find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. D-Hop in the 25 first, and I agree. Foreman in third doesn't mean anything to me at least.
Yeah. I sent a tweet out actually, which I thought was kind of funny. It's like live look at literally every Dynasty league, and it's just Chuba Hubbard and Deonta Foreman on the trade block.
That's
Like
funny.
just everyone's like trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at context because I think that's going to be the decider here
Yeah.
with context.
No doubt.
So my Balzac Ertz is on the left side here. We got Scary Hours on the right. Let's look at Balzac's team. Starter is Jameis Winston. That must have been rough so far. So he's 5-2 right now. Interesting. His starters: Jameis Winston, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, T. Higgins, D. Hop, Ingram, Josh Jacobs,
Huge.
Jalen Waddle, Jacoby Brissett. Okay, so he has Pat Mahomes on the bench.
I guess
So
because
Pat
it's a bye
Mahomes
week
is typically
right now.
a starter.
It's
He's
a
on
bye
bye,
week.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I think it's going.
He's on a
off
bye
of-
week at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it's going off of that.
As we're recording this. He's also got Dalton on the bench, Foreman, Montgomery, Ingram, Woods, Beckham. So this is a very much like win now team.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And
Let me
I don't
double
hate
check.
it because we have a lot of good young pieces as well with Higgins, with Jalen Waddle. So yeah, I mean this like again the my initial reaction was if I'm a win now team, I can get a wide receiver who's probably going to help me more this year in D Hop and as well as future draft capital.
Yeah.
That's kind of where my head leans is like it just kind of feels like a 200 IQ play.
By the way, he has Darren Waller on his IR at the moment, and he also
Okay.
has Alec Pierce and Malik Willis on his taxi.
Ooh, okay, I like
Keep
that
that-
as well. I
keep
like
that
that
in
combo
mind.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, Malik could be a steal. I mean, he's the true wild card in Dynasty right now, isn't he?
Yeah. We don't know what's going
Um,
to happen with him.
Then we look at Scary Hour side and clearly rebuilding 1-6. So looks like he probably I imagine he has a lot of draft capital. We'll look at it in a second, but looks like he probably cashed in on a pick to really just get a wide receiver he wants to build around a foundational piece.
Yeah.
He's got Deshaun Watson, who will come back from suspension soon. AJ Dillon, Tony Pollard, Metcalf, Hollywood. Oh, that's tough. But to be fair, I don't think he wants to win this year anyway. George Kittle, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Boyd, Teddy Bridgewater, McKinnon. Let's see, anyone else of note? Herbert. So I'm assuming
Gallup.
that he has a lot of draft capital.
Yeah. And somebody on his IR, Albert, are you okay? Van Jefferson, he has nobody on his taxi.
Okay.
So that's all. That's about it.
Okay. Let's go to the draft picks then, because I'm assuming that Scary Hours would have a ton of draft picks if he made this
Scary
move. Let's see. Okay, so in 23, he has 1, 2, 3 first round picks.
Okay.
Doesn't have his own. Oh no, who has Scary's first
No
round
idea.
pick?
Let's see who has Scaries.
I think I remember we covered a trade not too long ago about this league, and I have his.
Do you?
I have his first round pick.
GG's. What are
Wow.
you? What are you right now? In this league?
What do you
You're
mean,
3
like
and 4. You're 10th right now on the
record wise? Yeah,
record.
I'm kind of like middle of the pack. Okay, so I have his first round. Wow, that's incredible. Keep going, Scary.
Keep going, Scary.
So he's got 3 firsts. I remember what happened with his team. He was win now, and it completely did not work out.
Yeah.
Players did not perform, and he had to blow it up. I remember what happened now. So he's got 3 firsts and 23. He's also got a second and 2 thirds, and then 2024 he has one pick in 2024.
Yeah.
So I did expect a little more draft capital, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he doesn't have much.
No one on the IR
No one on the
or taxi.
for my Balzac Ertz. It's Waller, and then
No, for Scary. No one on the taxi.
no one on the IR or taxi for him.
Okay,
The only person
okay.
on IR is Albert Arioke, which
Okay.
at the moment he's out right now. So
All right,
and
well,
Van Jefferson, by the way, sorry, Van Jefferson. I
Van
didn't say.
Jefferson, who could actually have value when he comes back based
Mhm.
off of what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the teams, I still slightly lean D Hop. I will say though, I really, really do understand Scary Hours wanting to move off of DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like in his situation, being 1-6, having D Hop on your team, it's only a asset that's going to keep declining in value. So for him to keep DeAndre Hopkins, like it just genuinely wouldn't make any sense at all. He actually just sent me a message on Sleeper.
Okay.
Let me
What is that?
read this, like literally as we were recording. He says, tiered down from A.J. Brown, D. Adams, Deontay Johnson, and Hopkins to DK Metcalf, Hollywood Brown, DJ Moore, Ridley, and regained 323 firsts. Okay. And my 24 firsts, and flipped to be what an early, and flipped Jalen Hurts to Deshaun Watson. He said he gave me the 101 on accident. I used that pick on Cam Akers or Antonio Gibson in the startup. Can't remember. Either way, sold on both of them. Now my running backs are AJ Dillon, Tony Pollard. It says just context for your video. So essentially, he tiered down from AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Deontay Johnson, and Hopkins. Let's look at that list first. AJ Brown's the only one I'm upset about losing. If you're gonna rebuild, I
Right.
don't care about losing Adams or Deontay or Hopkins. And then
Mhm.
he went out and got Metcalf, Hollywood Brown, DJ Moore, and Ridley, which I think is, I think I can see the direction he's trying to go with the team. I
Right.
think he would probably admit he put himself in a really tough position when you go all out and try and win now and the team blows up in your face. Like that's a hard thing to recover from. I think
Yeah,
he's doing
exactly.
making every step that he can to get back to where he wants to be.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I was just going through a couple of players on the team maybe that I wish he would have gone for, maybe from on
From my
scary
balls
side.
out. Yeah.
So instead of getting DK, maybe he could have gotten, if they were in conversation like T Higgins, I would have been interested in, or Jalen Waddle. I think just because these guys are younger, just looking at the thought process here, I think I would have been a lot more.
Okay.
Not that I don't like DK, and I was a guy saying I was out on DK in redraft.
You
and
were, yeah, that's
in
okay.
Dynasty. In Dynasty, it was a little bit still shaky because I wanted a quarterback, for him. But maybe T Higgins was too much in that scenario. I mean, imagine
I was gonna
giving
say like
25
maybe
first and Hopkins.
I imagine
for
that
T.
conversation just quickly. I imagine that conversation went. I'm trying to win right now, and DK is the reason. The reason I'm selling DK is because he's injured.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't imagine my ball Zach probably wanting to move DK. He probably was in a position where he's like, I need to replace DK,
Right.
and Scary Hours doesn't want to win anyway, so he's ethically like tanking by grabbing DK.
Right. By
here.
grabbing. Right. Okay. That's fair.
Whereas you grab Higgins or Waddle, it's like they're gonna be in your starting lineup every week because in our leagues, you have to field your best team.
Yeah.
But I get it. Obviously, we would prefer Waddle for sure.
Yeah. I was just looking at the ages and what would that look like. He's building
Yeah.
a new team. He has 3 firsts.
Yeah.
DJ Moore. Hey, he can have some value in DJ Moore. I said this before. Don't devalue him anymore because he could either get traded or
Well,
they
now
can get a
his
quarterback.
market has reached an appropriate value.
Yeah, exactly. Now that we all know it's kind of resetting with what DJ Moore it feels like.
Yeah.
So let's see how that works.
His market was too high, and we acknowledged that a lot of people didn't like that. We said it, but his market was too high preseason. I think now it's kind of reached a point where it should be. So
Yeah.
it's still a good core though. What would you do if you were Scary and you had this team now? AJ Dillon is not performing. You can't really move him. You have to hold him, I would say. Watson, great foundational piece. Keep him. Pollard, I would move Pollard if I could get a second.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Pollard. I'm thinking of
Kittle, I probably would look at moving Kittle.
Kittle. That's
Just had
about
a good
it.
game as well.
I know, like, I would move Calvin potentially because you want to go younger, so he's gonna be 28 years old.
Yeah,
But
we
at the
see
same
that
time-
differently just because I don't think his market has reached his value at this point for Ridley.
But that's
I
about
think
it.
it's a better hold. Yeah, I think he's doing his best. Again, it's going to be a huge challenge for Scary to turn this team around, but
Yeah, that's tough.
that is, when you go all in Dynasty, sometimes it does blow up in your face, and it doesn't work out. So I like that he's doing his best to kind of rebuild and put pieces around that he believes in. For my ball, Zach Ertz, this makes sense as well. You lose DK, you replace him with D Hop, and you get future capital.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, my boy Zach Ertz and Scary. I mean, obviously, 2 separate sides of the fantasy world. One's trying to win now, one's in the futuristic. So 5-2 and 1-6. So
Yeah.
keep doing your thing and then make some moves. Maybe my boy Zach Ertz needs to go out and get a tight end because Waller has been struggling, but everything has been a good pickup, I guess.
Yeah.
He's been giving you at least 9, 10 points ish.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to sell Damian Pierce in this league. I'm just looking at my team. I tried to sell him, but no one would give me a first. I would have taken a first in a heartbeat. And now I feel like the deals I'm seeing, I'm like, I need to get more than the first now.
Yeah, right. See, that's what I'm saying. Damian is special.
I'm saying
I
like
don't know,
market
it's tough.
value. Like,
Yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
don't believe that he's worth more than the first, but at the same time, everyone else is getting more than the first. So I want to get what the market's getting.
Yeah.
But I mean, Scary Hours, keep doing your thing, brother, because I got that first. So I'm feeling good about that.
Yeah. It's a good team. It's good teams on both sides. I think this is a wait, waiting to see for Scary, and it's like, my Bozak, he just got a piece that's really gonna help him win now.
Yeah,
That's
for
great.
Scary, it's probably gone from like a win now to probably a 2-year rebuild, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Feels like. Anyway,
Completely
I
agree.
am still like, if I have to choose one, I still think I'm going my Balzac Ertz, but I understand why Scary was in this position where, like I said, D Hop is just a value that's continually going to go down in what he's offering you.
Yeah.
So I understand why Scary had to make this move, but I think my Balzac Ertz is in the best position because he got a first round pick and he also got someone to help him win right now. So
Right.
I'll take that side, but it's very close.
Yeah. Same. Give me
Agreed.
Balzac Ertz. I completely agree.
Okay. All right. Let us know in the comments below, guys, if you have anything to add. And yeah, appreciate everyone who supports us through
As
Patreon,
always.
through YouTube, super chats, like whatever the case may be, watching videos, liking them. Appreciate you guys so much. And I'm looking forward to see what Scary Hours team. I have a feeling we're going to look at this one for a while. And, in the next couple of years, we're going to see a rebuild here.
We'll
That's
be
gonna
live for all the
for
rookie
ages.
drafts as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We also.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna be live for so many rookie drafts next year. I love it.
I know, it's gonna be crazy.
I'm excited. Anyway, guys, huge love, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yo, what's good? Thanks
Up?
for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
Watch
Now,
it.
You can also subscribe
Right now.
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.